Hello people, I'm Victor Koroev, and in this video I will show you, as you can maybe saw from the title, crazy thing. I am in a intex excursion 5 bolt. It's not very durable, as you most of the viewers know. It's cheap and not very reliable bolt at all. But as you see from title, I did some crazy modifications about this bolt. Let me show you. First is a hard floor. As you can see, a wooden hard floor right there. And that's not all. To this hard floor I made a custom motor mount, and I mounted an engine. And if I told you what engine I put on that bolt, you will not believe. But I will show you. And let's tell you what engine I put on this cheap, not very reliable bolt, pretty soft. As you can see, I put 25 horsepower on it. Yeah, you literally heard 25 horsepower. The funniest thing about this bolt, it's not recommended to even put 2 horsepower on it. So, you won't believe me? I will show you. Look at that. This is a 9080 evinrude, 25 horsepower, and this is the motor mount. It's made of steel pipes and steel plate. Screw it to the hard floor. And the funniest thing right here, look at that recommendation. It says 1.5 horsepower. And I literally put 25 horsepower on it. So you saw right now, this cheap bolt can handle the weight of engine. This engine is 2-stroke and it's pretty light for 25 horsepower. It weighs only 110 pounds. And here I am in the lake near my village, close to a small island. So let's get straight to the engine. Most of us will call me crazy because this bolt is cheap, pretty soft, and they from Intex doesn't recommend crazy extreme things with that bolt. And I literally put a 25 horsepower engine. So you maybe wonder how this engine runs on this boat. It runs quite well, but I'm not satisfied because the boat, even with this wooden hard floor, it's still pretty light. The engine lifts the bow pretty high, and engine goes much down, and it suffocates. The exhaust get water inside and the engine stops. I put a little things near the bowl for weight. I put the gasoline tank as much as is possible forward for weight to the bowl. And now let's show you how this engine runs and why I'm not satisfied about it. Let's put it in neutral, start, pull, as you can see, it smokes. That is normal for two-stroke engines. Now let's get straight to how this engine runs on this boat. As you can see, engine works really hard because the exhaust is drawn in the water, because the back part of the boat is heavy because of me. And when I stand at front, the engine works normal again. Let's show you now how the engine goes on this boat. Forward. As you can see, it runs hard because the exhaust is strong. And now I will show you, when I accelerate, how the bow is pretty lifted up. Let me show you now. I sit on the bench, give it some revs. Look at that, even my lunch box. Sorry, now it's pretty windy. After the wind goes out, I will have it much higher, because I am scared to not overflip the boat. Engine still runs. Now a little bit more of throttle. Look at that. Now I am cruising at speed with 15 and 20 kilometers per hour, but as you can see, engine drowned. I can only drive this boat with speed of 15 kilometers per hour or 10 on 8 knots, only with me. I need another person to wait on the bow and not so this engine can't lift the bow. I need weight in front. As you can see, the engine is pretty strong and doesn't run pretty well on this boat. So I really don't recommend to do this, because engine is drowned right now and it will be hard for me to start it again. If I couldn't start it because of the high compression, I will need to row to the shore. I did this for fun and I don't recommend to do this. I decided to do this just to see if this cheap boat could handle such a big engine. As you see, the boat can handle the weight of the engine. If you do some really tough motor mount and a hard floor, but the boat cannot withstand its power. This engine is pretty powerful and the boat cannot withstand the engine. As you see, the engine pulls the back part of the boat and lifts the boat up, and then engine draws, runs for about a minute or two and stops. So I cannot use the full power of this engine on that boat. I decided to do this for us, for you, to see how this boat goes with this engine on the water. As you can see, it's possible to run this cheap boat with 25 horsepower, but it's not recommended. It's pretty dangerous and you may crack the boat. So this is from me. I showed you how an old light two-stroke 25 horsepower engine worked on that boat. So I really recommend, if you want to use such an engine to boat, don't experiment with such cheap boats. It's dangerous. I'll just do it for fun and to show the people around the world, will this such a cheap boat hold and withstand such an engine. So if you want to use such an engine, buy better boats. That's it from me. I showed you how 25 horsepower old two-stroke engine run cheap budget big intex excursion 5. Bye.